When you think of a food that is at once sweet, medicinal, sacred, and capable of lasting for millennia without spoiling, what image comes to mind? For humanity, for at least 10,000 years, the answer is honey. That golden, viscous, fragrant liquid produced by bees is far more than just a natural sweetener. It is the oldest link between humans and nature, a witness to our evolution, a companion to our rituals, and a remedy for our ailments. But did you know that the story of honey begins long before writing, in cave paintings from 13,000 years ago? And that it was once used as currency, as an offering to the gods, as a treasure in pharaohs' tombs, and as one of the first treatments against infections? Come along as we uncover the complete history of honey, the food of the gods. Our journey begins long before agriculture, in prehistory. Cave paintings found in Spain, dating back to around 13,000 BCE, show human figures scaling cliffs to collect honey from wild hives, often facing the attack of bees. There are also records in Africa, such as the painting at Tagawana Dam in Zimbabwe, approximately 10,000 years old, proving that our ancestors were already honey hunters in the Paleolithic period. For these peoples, honey was a rare and precious treasure, a concentrated source of energy worth the risk. The first great civilization to master the art of beekeeping was ancient Egypt. By around 2400 BCE, on the walls of the Sun Temple of Nusair-Aini, there are already records of humans using smoke to calm bees while removing honeycombs. The Egyptians not only collected wild honey but also kept bees in ceramic hives, a practice they called domesticating the weeping bird. Honey was so valuable that it was found in the tombs of pharaohs, including Tutankhamun's, still perfectly preserved after thousands of years, proof of its ability not to spoil. For the Egyptians, honey was a gift from the gods, used in religious offerings, as medicine for wounds, and even as currency. In Mesopotamia, there is a fascinating record. Around 760 BCE, a governor named Shamash-Reshuzur inscribed on a stone stele that he had introduced bees to his region, something none of his ancestors had done. The text, found during excavations, is one of the earliest written accounts of the deliberate introduction of beekeeping. In ancient Greece, honey was considered the food of the gods. The word ambrosia, the nectar that conferred immortality to the Olympian gods, was described as a sweet, fragrant substance very similar to honey. Aristotle, in the 4th century BCE, dedicated lengthy studies to the biology of bees and the production of honey, accurately describing the organization of the hive. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, prescribed honey for a multitude of ailments, from fevers to infected wounds. He said, "Honey produces heat, cleans wounds, and softens ulcers." The Romans inherited this knowledge and expanded beekeeping throughout the empire. Virgil, in his Georgics, dedicated an entire book to the art of raising bees. For the Romans, honey was not only food and medicine but also a symbol of prosperity and sweetness in life. At Roman banquets, honey was used to sweeten wine and prepare elaborate desserts. In ancient India, honey, or madhu, is mentioned in the sacred texts of the Vedas as one of the 5 elixirs of immortality, Panchamrita. Ayurveda, the traditional Indian medicine system, uses honey as a yagavahi, a substance that carries the properties of other ingredients to target cells, enhancing therapeutic effects. In Buddhism, honey is central to the Madhu Purnima festival, which celebrates the moment a monkey offered honey to Buddha to quench his thirst during a forest retreat. In China, honey also has a millennia-long history. Traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, classifies honey as a sweet, neutral substance capable of harmonizing the body, nourishing the spleen and stomach, relieving dryness, and detoxifying. It is used in various herbal formulations to enhance the effects of other ingredients. In medieval Europe, beekeeping flourished in monasteries. Beeswax was highly valued for making church candles, and honey was used to sweeten foods and produce mead, a fermented beverage preferred by Germanic and Celtic peoples. It was believed that honey had purifying properties and warded off evil spirits. Honey arrived in Brazil with Portuguese colonizers. European honeybees, Apis mellifera, were introduced by the Jesuits in Rio de Janeiro in 1839. Later, German immigrants brought other strains to the south of the country in 1845. But Brazil already had its own treasure, stingless bees, meliponians, which were kept by indigenous peoples from time immemorial. These bees produce a more liquid honey with unique flavor and medicinal properties, and remain part of indigenous traditions to this day. Today, modern science has confirmed what ancient cultures already knew. Honey is a true health treasure. Recent studies show that it contains over 200 bioactive compounds, including polyphenol, flavonoids, enzymes, amino acids, vitamins C, B-complex, K, E, and minerals like calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Among its main benefits are antioxidant power. The polyphenol and flavonoids in honey, such as quercetin, galangin, and gallic acid, fight free radicals, reducing oxidative stress associated with aging and chronic diseases. Antimicrobial action. Honey naturally produces hydrogen peroxide through the enzyme glucose oxidase, inhibiting the growth of bacteria and fungi. Manuka honey from New Zealand is especially potent due to its high methylglyoxal (MgO) content. Wound healing. Used since ancient Egypt, honey is now an ally in modern medicine for treating burns, chronic ulcers, and surgical wounds, accelerating tissue regeneration. Anti-inflammatory and immunomodulatory. Honey helps reduce inflammation and modulate the immune response, benefiting conditions such as seasonal allergies and gastrointestinal inflammation. Antiproliferative. In vitro studies suggest that compounds in honey may induce apoptosis, programmed cell death, in cancer cells, opening pathways for research into its potential as an adjunct in oncology. Digestive health. Honey acts as a prebiotic, stimulating the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, and is traditionally used to relieve ulcers and gastritis. Fascinating facts about honey. To produce 1 kilogram of honey, a bee colony needs to visit about 4 million flowers and travel the equivalent of 3 times around the earth. A single bee produces only 1 tablespoon of honey in its entire lifetime. Honey never spoils if stored properly. Archaeologists have found perfectly preserved honey in Egyptian tombs over 3,000 years old. Honey color varies by flower source. Light honey, like acacia, has a mild flavor. Dark honey, like eucalyptus or wildflower, is more robust and richer in antioxidants. There are over 300 types of honey cataloged worldwide, each with distinct flavor, aroma, and properties. The world's largest honey producer is China, followed by Turkey, Iran, and Argentina. In Brazil, honey from the Jataí, Tetragonisca angustula, and Urucu melipona scutularis, bees is highly valued for its unique medicinal properties and flavor. So, the next time you savor a spoonful of honey, remember, you're not just sweetening your life. You're consuming a food that has accompanied humanity for over 10,000 years, witness to our cave paintings, offerings to the gods, Roman banquets, medieval monasteries, and modern science. Honey has traveled across continents, cultures, and millennia to reach you, carrying with it the tireless work of millions of bees and the wisdom of all the civilizations that revered it. Now I want to know from you, do you prefer light, mild honey or dark, robust honey? Have you ever used honey to treat a wound or infection? And most importantly, did you know that honey never spoils? Tell us in the comments. If you enjoyed this sweet and ancient story, hit that like button to help the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and ring the bell because every week a new story is coming out of the kitchen. See you on the next plate.